Hi guys, Steve from Ventures Classic 71. Here this week, I'm going to show you a few pickups that I made over the weekend, and the last 3 or 4 days actually. Um, and then a little tribute to Louis Tiant, one of my all-time favorites, and recently passed away on the 8th of October. But first, I hope everybody had a good weekend, a safe weekend. Enjoyed the football games, whether it be college, Tennessee, in my mind, a big upset of Alabama, and of course Georgia beat Texas. And then you had a lot of other good, really interesting games in the NFL. Of course, my Patriots fell to 1-6. Kind of thought maybe that's a game we could get against Jacksonville, but even Jacksonville has more talent than the Patriots do right now. Although Drake May looks really good after 2 weeks. He's got about, I don't know, roughly 700 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. He's got 2 interceptions, but it looks good. It looks like he's the future for us at quarterback. Now we're just, if we had a line to block for him and some guys who could catch the ball, we'd be a lot better off. But things are pointing upward. Bruins have started. We're off to a 3-3 start. A little rust. Got to get off the rust. Swayman signed right before the season, the Sunday before it kicked off. Got to get him back in the swing, and they'll be fine. And NBA season's starting up soon, so it's a good time of year in the World Series. You got Yankees and Dodgers. Let's go Dodgers. I would think the Yankees would be the favorite, though. But classic World Series, good for baseball and good for baseball fans to see two classic organizations, both the Dodgers and the Yankees, battling for the world title. Okay, I'll start off by, first let's do a tribute to Louis Tiant. In my opinion, I think Louis definitely should have been in the Hall of Fame quite a few years ago. I had the opportunity to meet him several times and get his autograph. Great guy to talk to, very friendly, take pictures with you, and actually will take the time to talk about stuff with you. If you get a chance, this is a really good book about him, Son of Havana, written by Louis Tiant with Saul Wisnia. I'm probably saying his name wrong. This one, actually, the day that I bought this book was Louis was signing, and the inside side signed all the best Louis Tiant. Really classy guy, like I said. But this is a very good book if you had the opportunity to pick it up to read. Also, here's a 1976 star photo of Louis from the team. Usually I have these protected. I don't have this in something. I've got to put it in something. But a nice little shot of Louis. Then you got a team issued card from when I was a kid. I wrote to the Red Sox asking for almost what they call a fan pack nowadays, and they sent me this one and Carl Yastrzemski, two greats, Louis Tiant. And then this is he was signing for Window World, which is a window manufacturer and supplier. I don't know if it's across the country, but in New England, anyways, he was signing that day, and that's Louis and his windup. His signature's down here. And in the back, I had met him at Fenway Park years ago. It says, "To Steve, best of luck from Louis Tiant, Fenway Park, Autograph Alley." So just a few things to show you of Louis Tiant. Of course, I've got his rookie cards. I didn't take out any cards to show you, but I wanted to show him the respect that he's due. Okay, recently, Saturday, this came in as Joe Milton, the other quarterback we drafted, the Patriots, 2024, obviously. Panini Donruss Elite Football. Played at Tennessee. Probably won't see much playing time in New England, I wouldn't think, unless something happens, but it's unfortunate because he will end up somewhere. He's got a cannon for an arm, and he has the ability to scramble, too. So that's Joe Milton right there. All right, then we got a 1976 Hostess, Ted Simmons, Hall of Famer. As you guys know, I love the Hostess cards and the Kellogg's cards and all of them. Ted Simmons, a Hall of Fame catcher for the Cardinals, great player. Here's another one I got. I didn't realize it was trimmed the way it is until I got it in the mail. I didn't pay enough attention, I guess. But it's Dave Winfield, 76 Dave Winfield. Person actually cut it right up to the edge instead of leaving the border around it. Still a beautiful card. Dave Winfield was a great athlete, as you guys know. Basketball, football, baseball. All right, now here's a 2024 Topps Chrome. William Abreu, one of our young prospects with the Red Sox. Actually, he's up for a Gold Glove. Outstanding right fielder. Unfortunately, I've heard his name mentioned in trade rumors this year. I'm hoping that's just people talking because I hope the Red Sox hang on to him. Here's another one of his cards. This is a regular Bowman, 2024 Bowman. Mixing it up. I'm not showing you just vintage today. I mean, like I told you, I love cars. I collect them 90% of the time vintage, but I do buy some of the newer ones. Here's a 2024 Bowman Chrome of Raphael. I mean, it's Raphael. Cedane Rafaela. It's his rookie card. This guy is not getting the respect. Why, I don't know. He's not even being mentioned in the Rookie of the Year top 3. When you consider he played the center field for the Red Sox and shortstop, played both positions, and actually played a few games at second. But short and center field are not easy to play in the big leagues, as you know, especially when you go. He even did it in one game. He flipped during the game from center field to shortstop, and one other time vice versa. But that's extremely hard to do. For anybody that played baseball would know. And to do it at the major league level is even more so. He drove in 75 runs. I hope he gets recognized, but I'm just not hearing his name mentioned a lot. But that's Cedane Rafaela. Great player for us. Great young player. Going to be around for a while. I was hoping he had his date of birth on the back. But he's early 20s. Here's a 1976 Denny Doyle. A local favorite with the Red Sox. Him and his brother Brian used to have a baseball academy in Florida. I don't know if they still do. That's a 76 Hostess. Next is a 71 Rookie Stars, Frank Duffy and Milt Wilcox. Two good journeyman players. Had good careers. 71, as you know, I've told you before, is 1970 is the year my grandmother bought me some packs in the fall. And then that spring when the cards came out, 71 is when I actually actively started buying them myself. I was, 8 years old at the time. And 71 was the first one. So these are always 70 and 71 have a special meaning to me. And that's the beauty of card collecting. And we'll discuss that. I have a little discussion I'm going to do at the end. The next one, I have no idea. I don't have very much information on this. It says visit Tiger Stadium. See the Tigers more in 1964. I know it's 1964. It's Bubba Phillips. So if anybody has any idea of what that is, the back is blank. Unfortunately, somebody must have put a staple in it years ago. But I've had it for a long time, and I went through some of my the baseball card almanac, vintage card ones, and everything. Can't seem to find this, whether it's a set or maybe it's came in a bottle or something. I don't know. So if anybody has any information on that, I'd greatly appreciate it. Okay, thank you. Hopefully I get a little reply. Help me out a little bit. Next is a 1972-73 Topps Hockey. It's Frank Mahovlich. I love the color on that card. I've told you in a couple videos ago, this is one of my favorite hockey sets because of the way the cards are laid out. That and the 71-72. Here's the back. Frank was a good player. Outstanding player. Unfortunately, he's depicted in the Montreal uniform there, being a Bruins fan. Although I wore my Red Sox shirt today, so didn't want to kill you too much with the Bruins. Next is Alex Delvecchio from the Detroit Red Wings, and this is a 68-69. Another nice set. Here's the back. All right. Next is a 1975 Hostess, Raleigh Fingers. You can see the famous handlebar mustache. Get closer for you. Right there. Hall of Famer Raleigh Fingers. Next is a 1971 Topps, Joe Morgan. Nice action shot. As you guys know, I love the action photos on the old cards. It's in the 60s and 70s, but mainly the 70s. But Joe Morgan with the Astros before he went to the Cincinnati Reds in that trade. There's the back. a nice card. I mean, he's going playing against the Mets. If I had to guess, that looks like actually Jerry Grody behind the plate. Maybe some of you guys that are Mets fans, number 15, will know better than me. But all right, next is a what year is this one? This is a 1982 Donruss Diamond Kings, Reggie Jackson. Mr. October. I collect Diamond Kings. I got a whole album full of them. Here's another Bowman rookie card of Cedane Rafaela. All right. Here's another Cedane Rafaela. This is a regular Bowman card. Can you tell I like this kid? Good ball player. All right, then you get Miguel Bleis, another prospect we have. He's an outfielder. He's 20 years old. This is a 2024 Bowman. Red Sox organization, with the exception of pitching, for some reason, we have never been able to develop pitching. I mean, we've developed a couple, but not like most organizations do. But we are loaded with positional players, especially this year right now. So if the Red Sox do decide to go out and make a trade for a quality, a 1 or a 2 starter, we do have prospects that we could deal. The farm system is loaded. And some, as much as the Red Sox fans blamed Chaim Bloom for what he did here, you got to give him credit for building the farm system up. He did a good job doing that. So, and Craig Breslow has continued that since he took over. Here's another Cedane Rafael. This is a Topps 2024 Topps rookie card. If you didn't know anybody, you'd think today was Cedane Rafaela Day. Here's a 1961. 61? Yeah. No, I'm sorry. 1960. I made a mistake there. 1960 Topps, Casey Stengel. I like that card. One of the all-time great managers. The back. Every manager that year had a card. I have I don't know, 4 or 5 different ones, but Casey Stengel is the main one. Of course, he was blessed with having great players too, but still a great manager. 60 rather. I keep saying 61. 60 Topps, Frank Malzone. Great third baseman for the Red Sox. Back of that card. But he was a solid player. I've got his autograph years ago. One of these days I got to show some of the autographs. I'm always telling you guys I have an autograph of people, but I don't show them to you. So unfortunately, a lot of them are on displayed on shelves and stuff in the room. But one day I'll try to pull some down and show them. Next is a 1960 George Anderson, Topps, Sparky Anderson, better known as the Hall of Fame manager from the Reds. There he is with the Phillies as a ball player. Oops. All right, and then a couple other ones. These aren't pickups. These are just ones I happen to come across. This is a 2001 Upper Deck NFL Legends Bart Starr. Great Green Bay quarterback. Then we got a 1988 Donruss, Mark Grace, his rookie card. Mark Grace was a solid first baseman for the Chicago Cubs. Does he have Hall of Fame stats? He's right borderline, but probably will never get in. But he was an outstanding player. I can't take anything away from him for the Cubs. So next you get the Hall of Famer, 1981 Topps catcher, Ted Simmons, St. Louis Cardinals. I always liked Ted Simmons. I was happy when he got in the Hall of Fame. You get overshadowed playing. When you play in the National League during that time and you got Johnny Bench there, people might not pay a lot of attention to you, or you may be overlooked, but he was a solid player. Next is a 1980 Tom Seaver. Tom, terrific. Better known for the Mets, but here he is pitching for the Reds. That's the 1980 Topps. Then we have let's see, what is this? This is a 2004 Upper Deck Albert Pujols. This is a World Series Heroes. That's a nice card of him. Soon to be a Hall of Famer as soon as he becomes eligible. Then I pulled out a handful of the, in 2011, Topps put out a Prime 9. If you guys watch the MLB channel, if you remember, they used to have the Prime 9, and they'd go over the 9 best at this position or 9 best at that position. And they actually have a card set that corresponds to that. But here's the 2011 Topps Prime 9. Sorry about that. Johnny Bench. Great catcher for the Reds. Greatest catcher I ever saw. And yes, I had a Carlton Fisk from the Red Sox, but Johnny was a great catcher. Here's the back. Nice looking set if you get a chance, if you ever can pick them up somewhere. They're nice looking cards. Here's a Albert Pujols, same thing, Topps Prime 9. These came out, like I said, in 2011. And you got the great Jackie Robinson. Let me make it so I can see it better there. All right, and then we got Derek Jeter. Watching the playoffs on TV, you get to see him along with Big Papi and A-Rod. So, all right, another Prime 9. Mike Schmidt, Michael Jack Smith. Schmidt, can't even talk. One of the all-time great third basemen. One of my favorite players of all time is right here is the Prime 9 Henry Aaron, Hank Aaron. Hammer and Hank. In the old 1970s Braves uniforms. All right, and we've got Mickey Mantle, Prime 9. Can't go wrong with Mickey Mantle. I don't care what card he's on. All right, and then we've got the guy that I should be going in the Hall of Fame this coming year when they come out. It's Ichiro. Outstanding player. Reminded me of Wade Boggs. Spray the ball all over the place. And the last one I grabbed from that set is Sandy Koufax. Great Dodgers pitcher, Hall of Famer. See that better? All right. I bought some cards this year, this year, the other day, of 2024 Score Football, and I didn't put aside the Drake May rookie, but I got a couple of them: Drake May, J.J. McCarthy, Jaden Daniels, and those guys. But in that set is I don't see the big deal in this, but they call them Halloween cards. And I was wondering what they were, and I did manage to get one in there. I got Danny White from the Dallas Cowboys. If you look around the edge, there's like little like Martians or something on there. I don't know what they are. Close up there for you. Little green guys all around it. Some are in orange, some are in green, the borders. But that's Danny White from the Cowboys. All right. I'm not a real rant, but something I wanted to talk about real briefly. I won't bore you and stuff. Is I had the pleasure of talking to somebody the other day that I've met through YouTube, and they had mentioned to me that cards are only graded cards really are valuable or something that's worthwhile, and I let it go because I didn't want to argue with the guy, but I do want to say that in my opinion cards have been cards for over 125 years, and the grading process only came along recently. To me, it doesn't matter if a card's graded or ungraded. A card's just as beautiful or special out of a pack, or that I don't know, like any card, like a 1975 Topps, not graded, but to me, it's a great card. I mean, I just love the cards, and I know I'm probably going to upset some people because I think the grading process has actually hurt our hobby more than it's helped it. I mean, you go to these card shows, and you see kids or young people there, and they're not collectors for the most part. They're there because they're investors, or they want to flip them. They go open their cases up. Like everybody who sees them carrying the cases, they'll open them up, and they'll have cards in there that first it makes you think, how the hell does a kid that's about 12 years old afford to have all these cards? And then they look at the sell for the cash, or to flip for something else and stuff. And to me, I think the whole grading process has taken some of the fun out of collecting, because card collecting is a hobby. First of all, it shouldn't be a business. I mean, yes, there's people who own card shops, and that's great. I don't have a problem with that. But the people who don't, like most card shop owners, love the cards. They grew up collecting them, and they're fortunate enough to be in the business where they can talk to fellow collectors on a daily basis. But the people that go out and they buy 15, I don't know, whatever, Patrick Mahomes rookie cards graded, and they have no intent on keeping them. They're going to sell them for the top dollar they can get. And that's what a lot of these sites that come out that can help you track the market values and all that stuff. Whatever happened to the day when you opened a pack and you were all excited to get Johnny Bench or Carl Yastrzemski or Hank Aaron, whoever in there, and not even that, even just happy to get a Bill Fahey if you needed Bill Fahey to complete your set. It's the cards are they're special. They bring back memories. I don't want to go down the same thing. I talked about this before, but they to me they have meaning. They bring me back to a time when I'm talking about vintage cards, when I can remember opening a pack and getting that card, or trading for that card. Back when I was a kid, if I had Hank Aaron, if I had 3 Hank Aarons, but I didn't have Fred Lynn, I'd trade them for Fred Lynn, one of my Aarons. We didn't go through a price. Oh, wait, hold on a minute now. This card is $20 and yours is only $5. I can't make that trade. And I know that we're never going to go back to those days because things were a lot simpler, not just in card collecting, in the world in general. The world today is crazy with all the stuff going on. But I wanted to say this, get it off my chest. And I see a lot of YouTube videos where they're bringing out one graded card after another, and they're maybe competing against who has the higher graded cards. Whatever happened to just having fun collecting the cards? I mean, I'm not saying that the people that do those don't enjoy the cards, because they do. But ungraded cards are just as special as graded cards. And I don't even like the name ungraded or raw. They're cards. They're cards. They're baseball cards or football cards or hockey or basketball or whatever you collect. Wrestling, soccer, whatever you manage to collect. Collect them because you love them, and you enjoy them. If you don't enjoy them, if you're only in it for the money, well then whatever. But you go buy stocks or stuff like that. But to me, to keep the hobby strong and the honest integrity in the hobby, I really think the graded. I'm hoping that in time, I don't think it'll go away, but I'm hoping in time that the grading fad, I call it a fad, will disappear. I've been collecting 53 years. I'm 62 years old. I'm not claiming to be an old timer going back to the days of Mantle and them, but I've been collecting long enough to know that, I love the hobby. I love cards. My wife will tell you, she'll be, you buying more cards again? But it's just the enjoyment of the cards. It's the innocence of collecting cards and trading, making friends, trading with your friends. If I could, and there probably are sites out there on the computer where you can trade with each other, where there's no money exchanges, trade cards. Obviously there's a trust factor because you're going to send a card across country and you don't know if you're going to get anything back. But that's probably why it doesn't exist, that type of a setup. But the hobby is such a great hobby. Just like I have a grandson. He's only not even a year old yet. My goal is, because we have 2 daughters and a son, and none of the 3 of them are really into it. So I'm hoping my grandson will be. I'm going to teach him. Yes, the card has value, but it's not about money. It's about you enjoying the cards, liking to have them, to look at them, to read the back of them. Maybe you want to, you read them today and you might read them again 6 months from now. And, it's the fun of collecting them. And, I'm hoping to instill that in him. I don't even know if he's going to want to collect cards. Going to have a problem someday. I got so much stuff. I don't know. But who to leave it to when I'm gone. But I miss the days when the hobby was more innocent. I guess that's the best way to put it. When it was enjoyable for just collecting, not for, okay, out of a pack. Oh, this is a $15 card. I got to get this graded. But all right, well, I ranted and raved enough. And I bent your ear too much, I think. So, and I'm usually not one of those guys that, some people put a lot of negative stuff on their site, so they go on these tangents about this or that. And I try not to do that, but I did want to get this out there today because, like I said, I had a discussion with somebody, and that comment was made. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure there's a lot of people that share that same view that if they're not graded, they're useless. And unfortunately, I mean, that's not true, and I don't share that opinion. So, all right. Well, I hope you have a great week. Thanks again. I always appreciate every person who watches my videos, and I hope you have a blessed week and that you and your families are safe. Had a lot of rough weather lately, with these hurricanes and everything else. So, but it's supposed to be beautiful today in Massachusetts. It might break the record of 80 degrees, which that's unheard of for this time of year. So hopefully wherever you are in the country, it's nice too. All right, we'll keep on collecting. And again, thank you, and I'll see you next week. Take care.